Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, April 19th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. At the center of this swirling, whirling, bustling life that we all are engaged with is our greatest possible experience. So we dive directly into our core, in other words, our God source. We will discover a silent, blissful energy lives there. And this is, it's hard for a lot of people I'd say it's confusing for people to understand what this means. You're seeking, and this sounds kind of strange to a lot of people, you're seeking the God that you are. So you love yourself to this center, and your whole being will start moving in sensual unison with the cosmos. It's all of our jobs to ride this wild galaxy into the beyond. So it's all about discovering the gods that we are. Not this external life, this world, this material habitat, if you will, for us. It's way beyond that. So we use everything to find God. If you can't see God in all, you can't see God at all. Because it's all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever is God. You're God. We're all God. Everything is God. We are also deeply consumed by the world every day. And the moment we open our eyes in the morning, that mind of ours kicks in, and we're flooded with all sorts of beliefs, emotions, and desires. It can become very easy in this day and age to feel overwhelmed, lost, or confused. We are all constantly dealing with a massive amount of information and social pressure every day. Pressure with finances, relationships, love, life, family, work, health problems are all at the foundation. And then there's our newly found technological relationships with the cell phone, internet, and texting. Now, we may spend half our day just trying to figure out how to get through it alive. And this technological era we're in is so captivating that we can easily miss out on the connection with our amazing spiritual existence. If we were to be surrounded every day by people whose only interest was in achieving enlightenment, our entire world would be very, very, very different. Yet, we have chosen a planet where everyone is still deeply asleep to their divine enlightened nature. In fact, we are also asleep that we don't even know that we are asleep. Every human being is sleepwalking through this life, meaning that we are always plugged into the mind. That's what it means when we talk about sleepwalking, being plugged into the mind. The veil is so thick and the pattern is so deep that we need to use everything we've got to wake up. And this means using everything we can find outside of ourselves and inside of ourselves. Any real ecstasy is a sign that we are moving in the right direction. Don't let any prude tell you otherwise, St. Teresa of Avila. Use everything around you to find God. Use every conversation as a vehicle to listen to the divine. Use all your senses everywhere you go. touch, taste, feel, hear, even breathe in the smell of the divine. Use every moment of your free time to find deep silence, stillness, and inner peace so you can connect deeper with the divine. Use the media and all that excessive advertising that is constantly dumped on you to find God. When you read something that jumps out at you, try to notice how its spiritual message is just for you. When you feel like you might be making some form of connection to God, breathe that feeling deeply into your body. Stop everything and give this experience all that you've got, cause it might not last long. Notice how the feeling resonates with what's going on in your life. Find the practical aspects, like, how does this simple billboard advertisement give me the deepest guidance I'm needing in my relationships right now? There are no coincidences. We all know that. That's a made-up word for something that we don't understand or can't figure out. God is already always around each and every one of us. We only have synchronicity in this life. Everything is perfect and divinely aligned. So God's source never ever makes mistakes. When we are 100% devoted to finding total alignment with the divine in everything around you, the magic will its way into you. Now, a lot of people, not so much today, but, sometimes you'll get people that will kind of not take you seriously. But on your spiritual path, we're all on a spiritual path, whether we're aware of it or not. There is one certainty on this awakening process. If you want access to the most amazing spiritual experiences in this life, it is going to take everything you've got. The enlightened state is definitely not like anything you've experienced before. There are no more problems in your life anymore. There are only deeper and deeper connections with the divine. Enlightenment is not for the half-assed skeptical seeker. Oh, well, I'll try it. Probably won't work. Yeah, it's just stupid, but what the heck? So it's not for the half-assed skeptical seeker, the protective pessimist, or the mind addict that is super smart intellectual. Okay? It's for the ordinary being who has devoted their entire heart and soul to something beyond this world. It's for that simple soul who wants to create the deepest, healthiest relationship with themselves and the God source. The biggest difference of all is that their connection with God is their highest priority all throughout the day. And this is, and I emphasize this, this is not anything to do with religion at all, completely, at all. True love, my dear, is putting an ironclad grip upon the soft, swollen balls of a divine rogue elephant and not having the good fortune to die. Hafetz. So are you open to exploring your connection with the divine? Starting this week. Chances are that you're probably wondering, what's the right way, how to do it? Or are you feeling hesitant, reluctant, or thinking that maybe this week is not the right time? There will always be super important things which you need to do. Yet the reality is that your soul has been waiting for real spiritual liberation for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. And you've been preparing for a profound spiritual experience forever. We are all here to let go of everything and find our real connection to the divine again. We've been learning major life lessons after major life lessons after major life lessons, tilling the hard, tough inner soil inside us, just so that one day our souls could find some higher enlightened state of being. We were born to find some way home to ourselves, so our minds are always free from all fear, resistance, stagnation, and separation. The enlightened mindset just happens when you return to the pure source of awareness that is behind the mind. And when you discover the awareness behind every thought that you're thinking, you come closer to the most sacred intelligence in this entire universe. This is who you truly are. The most sacred intelligence in the entire universe. The funny thing is that there is only one tiny thing stopping any of us from seeing, feeling, and knowing that God is here now. And that one tiny thing is your mind. And the mind is so full of personal beliefs and ideas about this life that there's not much room for anything else. It is overflowing so much that we have become blind to God. Watch out for the mind. It is the only thing stopping any of us right now. The next time you're in front of a mirror, look non-judgmentally into the mirror. Just notice, what do you see? Do you see how amazing and multidimensional and extremely beautiful you truly are? Or do you see all of your flaws and shortcomings? Oh, I don't like my face. I don't like my nose. I don't like the way my hair is. I don't like my chin. I don't like my teeth. If the mind is not set aside, we can only see and hear what it thinks is good and bad. And the mind can be extremely judgmental, and this is pure entertainment for the ego. We don't like being bored, so we cling to all sorts of opinions about right and wrong. And as long as you are over-identified with and attached to opinions of good and bad, you cannot spiritually awaken. Just remember that all of this life is a grand, massively grand play. And the nature of the mind is to create contrasts and comparisons. Now, the mind doesn't like the gray middle path. And when the mind is too empty, it seeks something juicy to fill it. Let's go off filling up the mind and find the spiritual being that we all truly are. This is in silence and stillness within. And interestingly, the heart is not judgmental at all. The heart only loves, accepts, and embraces what is. So don't trust the mind. Trust your heart instead. Be free of the mind and just remain in the heart. This will take everything you've got, and you will soon, in time, find the divine. And this is a miracle. The moment that you realize that there is no way to make a home, then this whole existence is home. Then wherever you are, you're at home. That's A Course in Miracles. And this is a miracle. The moment that you realize that there is no way to make a home, then this whole existence is home. Then wherever you are, you're at home. Every day, every single day, we get lost in a sea of duality. Expect the pendulum to swing back and forth from being lost to being found again and again and again. Our minds are not the only minds out there that is making a living hell or heaven out of each moment. Everyone is doing this. We are all blind to the divine. We simply have to learn, choose to learn, how to release all attachments and trust in God and surrender to its totality. When we take this risk to dissolve back into the source, each moment we naturally discover how everything around us is helping and guiding us to be free. The good news is that we've got 1 billion more lifetimes plus to become enlightened. God is never going to stop loving us, period. Not going to happen. The bad news is that if postponed, you'll miss out on the 1,000 opportunities heading your way today. There's no real end to this journey. You don't die when you die. So truly, there is nothing to be concerned about. When you realize you're an eternal being, what's there to be worried or fearful about? You're on an infinite journey. We all are. We are always safe and on the right path. We've made it this far, and we are still a very conscious and deeply sensitive being. This is a very good sign. It's all about deciding. It's all about committing to ourselves to find the God. And I know to some that sounds kind of crazy. Where is the God? I have that asked me all the time. Where's the God? What are you talking about? Where is the God? Where in me? See? Because we have to have specifics, location, exactness, and that's the mind and the ego. How do you become the God that you are? How do you do that? Stillness, silence, stepping out of the mind and the ego as much as you can. The more you practice it, the more it becomes automatic. You'll get this feeling come through the heart, and you'll automatically move into seeking the God that you are. You're the God. I think people have a difficult time understanding that. We're all the God, every one of us. And not these bodies, but the God, the soul within us. That's who we really are. We are not these bodies. And that's gotten mixed up in this civilization. So when we discover the God that we are within these bodies, we realize that we are immortal beings. We're supreme immortal beings. We don't die. Dying isn't dying. But see how we've gotten everything, how we've been trained to believe that, the fear that we're gripped with when we're getting ready to leave the body, the unknown. See, when you embrace the God that you are, you have no fear. Your visit in this life is over. So you leave it. And the suit that you were wearing turns into dust. Because when you leave the suit off, you no longer power the suit. The suit cannot sustain itself. You must sustain the suit. You're the power. You're the one that makes the heart pump, the brain light up with electricity. All of your bodily functions are due to the God within this body. This body does not function all by itself. When you leave it, it ceases. That's it, period. That's not talked about a lot, but that's the fact. And when we start discovering that, it's not this body, it's the God that I am. That's my divinity. That is my peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance, joy. That's who I am. So why wouldn't we be motivated to seek that out? Well, we don't have time. We don't have time. We don't have time. We got too many other things to do in this external world. And what is fear made of? Fear is made of ignorance of one's own self. That's what fear is. See, we fear because of the fact we don't know that we're the God. And when we discover we're the God, then we don't care to leave the God, because we can't, because we are the God. You see, the mind and the ego have made it so that we are completely disconnected from the God that we are. But we're really not. You see, that's the trick. That's the illusion. Our lives, all of our lives, are meant to be a magical, manifesting adventure, absolutely magna glorious. In order to experience our greatest magic, power, and freedom, we must choose to be totally free from the grasp of the fear that the mind and the ego constantly throw at us. Our heart is truly fearless. Our soul trusts that it's safe to perpetually open up to life, and nothing feels impossible for any of us. We can ask anything of the universe, and it is not too much. We are moving, and as soon as we discover God, we become fearless beings. And the most desired, empowered, and beautiful being in the entire universe. And whatever our hearts desire instantly begins to manifest into this world. And to some, this sounds crazy, ridiculous, and outrageous. Yet, when we learn how to transform our fears, every moment becomes an invitation to meet the divine, to meet the God that we all are. Awaiting within each and every single one of us is an enlightening heart, openly godly experience. And the secret is discovering this fearless freedom begins with one simple step. Approach all fear with fascination. You know, have you ever done that? Have you ever looked at fear and you're fascinated by the fear because it's like, where does this come from? I'm the God. The God is within this body. So why would I ever have fear? Fear is made of ignorance of one's own self. The ignorance means is that you don't have the knowledge that you are the God because you haven't ever seeked out the God. You see how we've all been taught? When we meet fear with curiosity, life takes us into higher states of expansion instead of deeper limiting sensations of contraction. Fascination makes us become more open, relaxed, and receptive to the magic that is all around us. We naturally want to dive into this life and experience each person we meet with endless wonder, curiosity, and this creates more intimacy. It requires tremendous courage. That's not a secret there. It requires tremendous courage to change our relationship with fear. Yet, if we don't fear, we will continue to castrate the rest of our lives. Pick one day this week where you're going to create more freedom in your life by meeting your fear with fascination. Whatever may happen to you in these short 24 hours, don't let any fear shrink you, yet allow it to move through you in such a way that it creates a transformation inside you. Breathe into your fear. Welcome it. When you say yes to it, it will shift before your very eyes. If you can maintain this commitment to yourself for this one day, you might just believe by evening time that you are one of the most fortunate, sacred, and amazing beings who are alive on this planet. The possibility of living in doubt, skepticism, cynicism, and resistance to life will always be there. And each moment, fear can sneak in and take on one of these disguises. It doesn't mean you have to pay attention to it. You can choose to ignore any fearful energy or feeling that you sense growing inside you and breathe beyond it. You simply take a look underneath the contracted fear-based energy, and you'll see that it's an angel in disguise, simply there to help you create deeper roots of love, to connect with your God. Fear has this very special and sacred job in your life. It is going to make sure that you don't die without feeling ridiculously alive. If you are not pouncing on your life mission, taking the risk to open your heart to love every day, believing in the impossible and reaching for the miraculous, then fear will do its job and start eating at you. We need fear there, yet we don't have to live in it. If our world was completely without the concept of fear, we would be zombies. There would be no courage or vigilance of awareness. We wouldn't be very accurate at focusing our precious attention and intention into what makes our heart truly sing. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear. Ambrose Redmond. For every day of this week, explore a feeling of deep acceptance with your personal relationship with fear. How do you typically respond when fear shows its scary head? Do you run and hide, then retaliate with anxiety? When fear comes into your body, what happens? So the invitation is to make this more conscious so that you learn how to use fear instead of being used by it. When you stop feeding fear, fear can feed you. It's just energy. And when you find out how to welcome it in with curiosity, it sharpens your focus, clarifies your intentions, and makes your whole body, mind super passionate about what you want to get out of this life. It's not a small matter. It will shake you to your roots. This is what it means to do so, that the real metamorphosis can begin. Stop resisting fear and start welcoming it in. Learn how to ride the hungry tiger instead of being eaten by it. You will actually enjoy everything about this life again. Or maybe you never did and will begin to. When it boils down to it, we take a good look at ourselves, we are all running away from ourselves. Yet whatever parts we're running away from always end up becoming what we run towards at some point. And in this lifetime or the next, learn how to embrace your fear, love your fear, and you will form a deeper spiritual respect for life. You will appreciate all variations of this life, and not just by seeking to have easy, good days. Find what it is you truly fear. Love, intimacy, success, failure. Are those maybe some of them that you fear? Whatever it is, invite it in. Have it for dinner, lunch, or breakfast. Invite it in and see how all your ancient phobias instantly flip around and become waves of enthralling fascination. Have fun with it. You can look forward to each meeting you have with fear. And when you do, you will truly master the game. The moment you start seeing life as non-serious, a playfulness, all the burden on your heart disappears. All the fear of death, fear of life, fear of love, everything disappears. One starts living with a very light weight or almost no weight. So weightless one becomes. So much so, one can fly in the open sky. Osho. Remember, if you can't see God at all, you can't see God at all. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. Most of us don't do that. We don't relax our bodies. We're too in a hurry. We're too involved on the external life. There's, I don't have time right now. I got to get this. I got to get doing here. I got to go here. I got to get this done. Oh, I don't feel good. I don't feel right about not doing this. I haven't gotten anything done today. I got to get going. I got to get things done. And the key, one of the most masterful keys, is being in a relaxed state all the time. Doesn't mean you're sleeping or sleepwalking through life. It means that you're not in the mind. You're not in the ego. You're not in the subconscious mind. You're in the God, which is what you truly are. You imagine you're so one of your loved ones or someone you know says, "What are you doing today?" Well, I'm spending the whole day with the God that I am. And people would probably go, "What?" So when you relax your body, okay, the God within that body, the soul, is relaxing the body. Okay? So you look at the body and you say, okay, body, it's time to relax. And you're letting go of all the things that you hold on to. Most of the things we hold on to, we don't even know we're holding on to them. And if we do know we're holding on to them, what is it? We fear not holding on to them. We fear losing them. Okay? Attachment. Expectations. Attachment. As soon as we go into that, as soon as we go into expectations and attachments, that's when we start suffering. All of us. There's no exceptions. Attachments and expectations. So, when you relax your body, you're leaving the mind and the ego and the subconscious mind. You're not participating in them. You're the God. So you move into your God, the God that you are, and you watch the body. And you watch it relax. Let's relax the arms now. Let's relax the legs. Let's empty out all the garbage and crap that I have stuffed my body with. All the thoughts, everything. Just eliminate them. Let them go. And how do you do that? You face them. You could be in a room. They're all standing there. And you go up to each one, give them a big kiss and a hug and lots of love, and they'll just vanish. They'll disappear. When that happens, your body just goes into a total relaxed state. It moves into you, the God. You see? You're not the body. You're the God. So the body moves into you because you're the God. So you're holding the body, and the body lays into the easy chair. And it's in total bliss because you're the bliss. So when that body is relaxed and nothing's hanging on to it, and it's not storing anything, and you, the God, are watching the body, the mind, the ego, the subconscious mind. And you watch how they operate and what they do and how they weave things and how they generate fears, anxieties. And this is how you learn to master them. Stillness of the mind. The now. We move into the now. And that is stillness of the mind and the ego and the subconscious mind. We step outside. We, as the God within us, watch everything. And the now is really all we have. Do you have a past? No. It's dead. It's gone. This is where we get so confused. We start going and reminiscing. Yeah, we all have memories. Memories great. Some of them aren't so great. Some of them are really great. But we don't live in them all the time. We just visit them, and then we just leave the memories alone. But some of us will go in the past, which doesn't, the past is gone, doesn't exist. And so when you move it, you walk into that elephant graveyard. It's all foggy, and there's bones and carcasses and everything. And everything's dead. That's our past. Really is our past. Whatever you did in the past has nothing to do with the now. Period. You know how people talk about, well, I have this and I know this and, I did this and I did that. It has nothing to do with the now. Zero. So most of us don't go into the elephant graveyard and sit around for ages and just live off of the past. But some of us do. And then we end up taking that past into a future that doesn't exist. We create that future from that past, and we relive that past in that future. And then we wonder, why is it that we end up in the same place all the time, no matter how we approach things or what we're doing in this life? That's why. Future doesn't exist because we're creating the future in the now. Some of us will dream and wonder. And that's fun, isn't it? Isn't it fun to dream? The dream is the imagination. Our imagination is stretched and expanded, which is wonderful. Without the imagination, we wouldn't be here right now in these bodies. But some of us will wander. Not wonder, but wander into a future that doesn't exist. How come I don't have this now? When am I going to get this? When am I going to have that? When am I going to meet this person or that person? When am I going to have this? When am I going to do this? This is what some of us do. But when we come full circle, we know that there is only one presence, the now. The God that we are knows that emphatically. It's part of our adventure. Now, how do we stay in the now? Well, we have that covered too. Every space between heartbeat, every moment to moment, you're focused only on the moment. That's it. Not tomorrow, not 10 minutes from now, not a year from now, not 5 years from now, not 10 years from now. One of the most ridiculous statements that people could ever ask to make to somebody. Where do you think you'll be in 5 years? That's just absolutely nuts. That's the external world philosophies, the unreality. So, even though we've stilled the chatter of our mind and ego, which is tens of thousands of thoughts running through all the time, and we're in the now, we still have these thoughts that'll come in, and we'll put our arms around the cloud. It's like clouds passing in the sky, and it carries us off. And it's not a bad thing, but when that happens, the phenomenal thing about that is that we're consciously aware that we're doing. That changes everything. And so we say, okay, no biggie. I'm wandering off in these thoughts. I will focus on my breath, and I will be in the now. And the now is all I have. So every time I focus on my breath, I'm in the now. And you practice that. If you choose to practice it 100, 200, 300 times a day, it it will eventually move you into being automatic when this occurs. So you will always be in the now. Our breath is divine positive energy. It sustains the vessel that holds the kingdom of God. It focuses us, relaxes us, eases us, strengthens us. Does a lot. Most of the people on this planet take it for they take it for granted. So picture yourself as the God that you are, not the body. So as the God, you are leaning into you, the God. And your body's totally relaxed. So you look at the body, and you notice that there's these 7 colored wheels of light running from the tip of your tailbone all the way to the top of your head. You also notice that there's something running through them causing a shimmering effect, because they're all different shaped flowers, different shaped geometrical shapes in the centers, and they're just flooding your body with this auric light, multicolored. It's this energy that you see running through them. It's the God Force Love Light energy. It's your chi, they call prana, your ki. It's your God Force. And so you decide, well, why not add my divine positive energy, my breath, with my love light God Force energy? So you do that. And you watch as you move them through the body as the God, okay, that you are. And you move them through the body. And you notice that the first colored wheel of light is the root chakra. And that colored wheel of light is, in Sanskrit, Muladhara. This is our survival. It's a career, money, mindset, food, sense of belonging, all of these things. It affects our organs, our spine, our rectum, our legs, our arms, our circulatory systems. And then we know, we've learned, it's blocked by fear. You know why it's blocked by fear? Because we run from fear. And the fear is always there. See, if you run from it, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to always be there. And that's what blocks our survival. And then we move to the orange wheel of light. This is the sacral chakra, the Vadhisthana. This is our pleasure, our sexuality, our connection, and ability to accept others and new experiences. It's our sense of abundance, well-being, our pleasure, our sexuality. It's our reproductive organs, our kidneys, our bowels, our immune system. And it's blocked by guilt. And then we move to the rolling yellow wheel of light, our willpower. This is our solar plexus chakra, Manipura. This is our personal power, our ability to channel. It's confidence in ourselves through the heart-mind, being in flow of our lives. Our emotions are self-worth, self-confidence, self-esteem. And our organs, central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, skin, this is all intertwined. And that's blocked by shame. Our willpower is blocked by shame. So we move to the emerald green wheel of light. This is our heart chakra. It's just above the heart, center of chest, our anahata. This, our love. This is our ability to love. Love, joy, inner peace. And it's connected to the heart, thymus, lower lungs, circulatory system, immune system. And guess what? It is blocked by grief. Then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra. This is the Vishuddha. This is our self-expression. It is our ability to communicate. And our emotional issues, of course, are communication, self-expression of feelings, and the truth. And our physical association are thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, and vocal cords. And it is blocked by lies. And then we move to the indigo wheel of light. This is the third eye chakra, the ajna. This is our intuition, sense of purpose, and direction in this life. It's our ability to focus on and see the big picture. And it's our ability to think and make decisions. And it's connected to our pituitary gland, eyes, and sinuses. And it is blocked by illusion. And then we move to the crown chakra, the violet wheel of light. This is our sahasrara, our connection to the divine, our connection to ourselves. Is to be fully connected spiritually. It's our inner and outer beauty. It's our connection to spirituality and pure bliss. It is connected to our pineal gland, our brain, and our nervous system. It's so important to know this and not to be oblivious to it. And so we've moved these two energies to the top of our heads. And the crown chakra, the sahasrara, it's blocked by ego attachment because we spend all of our time in the ego mind. That's why. And we run from fear. And guilt is an illusion. Shame is an illusion. Grief is an illusion. That's what blocks our cosmic energy. But we move these, our God force, love, light, energy, or divine positive energy, our breath at the top of our heads. We're like a perpetual energy fountain. All of this energy comes up and around above our heads, back down, up and around, up and around. It's perpetual. And we hold those energies briefly. We are love, we are God, we are one. And we condense it and compress it into pure liquid energy, omnipotently powerful. And we release it over our pineal glands. You see the pineal gland to your heart, mind's motion picture, however you see it. I see it as a green ball, rosebud. And when I pour this liquid energy over it, it instantaneously transforms into this massive, fully bloomed rose. And a wonderful fragrance. And the rose has massive multicolored petals, and it's sending out shimmering waves that are just saturating me. And it's this inner peace that floods me. This bliss and joy, this deep eternal love, this deep gratitude just floods me continuously. And I discover it's not the rose. I'm the rose is me. I'm the God. The rose is the God. All these frequencies, deep eternal love and gratitude, are the God. This connects us to all the particles of existence and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Opens up all our gateways. Nothing is locked away. It's all opened and released. These bodies we're in, our heart mind, ego mind, subconscious mind, the higher self, the soul, the spirit, the God, the pure consciousness, all one. And we literally, the soul within us, the God within,
that the body is within, is heaven on earth. Soul's the heaven, body's the earth. We're literally heaven on earth. Every step we take, we're creating paradise. We shine our light, our God force love light energy outward. Not just like a flashlight, but all around us. We're pulsating this God force love light energy and these massive pulses that are flooding everything and anything, all life, the highest supreme value universe, on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This planet cannot not ascend. The frequencies cannot not be held back in lower dark matter survival matter frequencies. So we're a God planet that glows with the God force love light energy that shines out from all of us. And that's how you would view this planet. You take a look at it from afar, from out in space. And you see it glowing with 8 billion gods, all consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we're pieces of each other. We're all gods, and we're all parts of each other. And we're consciously aware to a certain point, to a certain extent, so we reach out to the other parts of us that are consciously aware. They have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. We have the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, many, many, many more. The archangels, they're a civilization that vibrate a different frequency than we do, and that's why we don't see them like we see each other. But we meet with them more than we know. And when we do recognize the fact that we've met with an angel, a little bit of bliss inside of us comes bubbling to the surface. And the same message is delivered to all of us by the angels. It's just delivered in different ways, different circumstances, different instances. It is absolutely magna glorious to be alive in these bodies. And it really, truly is. Through it all. The good, the bad, not so good. It is absolutely spectacular to be alive in these bodies. Now, they can surround any one of us in the tens of thousands because of their vibrational frequency. They can hold a large number in a small area. The ascended masters, they've mastered ascension into physical form, out of physical form, and hold pure consciousness. We have ascended into physical form, are mastering physical form, creating our experiences to perfect our creation. And if we're fortunate enough to become aware and consciously aware that we are the light, when we choose to leave these bodies, we will not follow the light because we are the light. All the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth, we reach out to them, but yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings out there that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever, yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of this circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this universe without any space to spare. And they come in trillions of Gugaplexes from trillions of universes. And they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the galactics, off-worlders, celestials. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, and the forming of this circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions travel throughout the universes every day. And the ones that we're most familiar with are the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Felines, Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, and many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in massive numbers, uncountable numbers, they are with us now, consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, of forming the circle of light and the liberation of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now consciously. We call out to all the light energy beings that have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. And we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. They come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, which we've never seen before. In reality, we only see 1% of what is. And the ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Many, many, many more. And in the trillions, they are with us now consciously. We're all gathered arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a massive circle of light around the planet. This circle of light emanates from the gods that we are. The very center of these bodies, the gods that we are. This light is so bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take over 1,000 billion suns in this solar system alone to even come close to its brilliance. And we're flooding it. all on, in, above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now in this meditation. This is the purest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. And we're flooding everyone. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. Everything and everything. We begin to levitate above this planet. As we do, we come into contact with this massive ocean of glitter. And it's just, countless vibrant colored flashes, reflections of light everywhere. Hundreds of millions of us gathered here for this meditation on and off world. And when we look at these reflective sources, we see that these are perfectly etched little mirrors, microscopic. And then we understand that we are all teachers and students of each other. We are all helping, whether consciously or unconsciously, each other through this magnificent life adventure. Always learning. Always teaching. On this never-ending journey. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that reminds each and every one of us that we are imbued from head to toe, inside and out, with a white fire armor. This emanates from the God Force Love Light energy within each and every one of us. We are never harmed. We never can be. We are protected 24/7. No demon possessions, no voodoo, no Wicca, nothing. No lower dark matter frequencies, survival matter frequencies, no apparitions, nothing. We are protected always. Yet, only you have the power. Only you. That if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through fear, hatred, anger, greed, envy, manipulation, lies, you will lower your vibrational frequency low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor. Enough so to allow the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. You do decide to do this, you're met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them back to pure consciousness where they are gone permanently. We're then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were once there, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational frequency and harmony in the highest of the highest high, deep eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We're then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light. It reminds us all we are the sun, the sunlight. We are the clouds in the sky. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the oceans, the rivers, lakes, the streams. We are the animals. We are the trees and the forest and the soils. We are everything. The sun sets, the sun rises. So the next time you're in absolute awe of majesty, grandeur, and beauty of a sunset or a sunrise, of a starry-lit night sky is you that you're in awe of. The God that you truly are, the divine perfection, it is you. We continue to ascend above this planet. In doing so, some of us decide to leave our physical form and float effortlessly above them as if we are carrying physical form, because we can. And as we do this, we come into full view of this massive crystalline light tower. And this tower, we created it. It's larger than a solar system. In the center of the column is this oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is this golden white sparkling bowl of light. It's surrounded by numerous vibrantly colored rings of light, all shimmering, all sending out these penetrating mists that saturate us from head to toe, inside and out. And the golden yellow white ball of sparkling light is deep, pure, eternal love. And the bands of light, gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, well-being, tranquility, abundance, prosperity, benevolence, endless. And then we discover for ourselves that it is all us. It emanates from the God within these bodies. We're all this. At the top of this crystal light tower, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's doing right now, as it's flooding all of us head to toe, inside and out right now. All life, the highest supreme value in universes, in this now. Endless. With pure, deep, eternal love. We are drops of this golden ocean. We hold the essence of this golden ocean. The golden ocean is the drops are the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We then see our meditative sphere. It sets center circle. We all created this sphere over 3 years ago. It holds well over 1,300 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds of millions of us, on and off world every day, with the highest of the highest intent and the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies of pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. And all of these meditations have not dissipated, they've expanded. And they're flooding all of us, lifting our frequencies higher and higher, because we are beginning to discover that we are the God. That we're transforming the frequencies on this planet, above it, below it, and around it, everywhere, into the higher and deeper eternal love and gratitude. It's a metamorphosis. It's a transformation. And it has been decided by those of us in the collective consciousness that are somewhat awake. That's why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. There's no escape from it. Because you don't escape love, because you are the love. You don't escape gratitude, because you are gratitude. You don't escape peace, because you are peace. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out.
Take an easy breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. And this is a miracle, the moment that you realize that there is no way to make a home when this whole existence is home. Then wherever you are, you're at home. Choose to seek the God within you. This is who and what we all truly are. We are not these bodies. We power them. We experience in them. We perfect our experiences we create our experiences to perfect our creation. We are constantly journeying, learning from one another. If you want to stop suffering and all the worry, the stress, and the fear in this material world, then seek the God that you are within. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, into the following morning. And we will return here, April 20th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation course.